Well, hello and welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and there are so many questions that I have, and I don't know where to begin because what is this? What is happening here? I think that Meghan was attending some kind of gala for a children's hospital, and of all the pictures that were already, a surprise for me because, she was different. We're gonna be talking about that in a minute. But this photo, hands down, was the one that really caught my attention. Why is she holding that woman's hand next to her? By JJ, I don't know how to say. Oh my God, this is. I know that she's a friend of Meghan. I don't really remember her name right now. I apologize for my memory. It's Sunday. Please bear with me with this one. But why is she holding her hand like that? What is that? Is that something women do? Is that something you do with your friends, female friends? With male friends would be much more uncomfortable, I'm sure. But I think with anybody who is not your op gene, I guess. But this was what is happening? And well, yes, we have a new version of Meghan. I really don't remember the name of this. If you can help me in the comments, that would be great. I don't remember the name of this friend, but it seems that Meghan was crashing this gala and she was not really invited. We're going to be talking about that real soon. But this was the picture that I was pitched. One of you sent me this picture and I said, when was this photo taken? When did this happen? What did I miss? Which version of Meghan is this one? You know that we have many versions of Meghan. Like we are like in the 17th version right now, but so many times she has upgraded. She has what is the name? She has reinvented herself. You know that is a word that fits Meghan to a T. And right now, you know that Harry is on his own, on his solo trip, enjoying life. Even we have seen him a bit, like not that happy. By the way, something that I was asking, that I was saying that why is everybody calling Harry Prince Shirley? And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand the joke. I even asked Grok, my AI, if he knew about this trend about calling Harry Prince Shirley. And thank you, that one, for unveiling the mystery in which, it was this part of his speech.
Surely, 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 surely.
Surely, yeah, that was the reason why he is being called Prince Shirley. So that is the unveiling of the mystery. Thank you, that one, IHT Enders on X. But Meghan, with her usual wonderful smile, was all smiles that night, was trying to play it cool, but it seems. Thanks, Meghan Small, for this. Sip this tea. Meghan Markle was not invited and found out a friend was attending, which is why you won't find a single photo of Meghan Markle sitting at a table inside the event. Meghan left after crashing the carpet. Yes, it's like, I would like to show you a photo of Meghan inside the event. Nowhere to be seen. If you can come up with one, you can tag me on X. I'll be please to retweet that, but nowhere to be found. And just to be clear, another of my great friends, according to Taz, you know how thorough she is with her research. OMG, Mole is right. Checked Getty Images and there's not a single photo of Meghan inside the event. This is a new level of desperation if this is true. Has anyone else seen a single image of her at the dinner? Or even inside? Desperate Duchess. This is something that we could guess from all those Harry appearances for days, and after that Hollywood Reporter article and then the Daily Beast article, that Meghan was really angry at all these attacks that she was suffering by this evil media, talking about bullying, Duchess difficult and all that stuff. But now, at least, she's got something to brag about, because it is my pleasure to announce that the Duchess, difficult Duchess, or Meghan Markle, she has broken the Guinness World Record for most days without washing your hair. And I don't know who was the previous record holder, but in this case, it's great to see that Meghan is back on track to being relevant, breaking records. I'm sure that this is going to be very useful for her brand, American Riviera, Horchard, and all that she's planning to do with Netflix. We're still waiting for a teaser. Please, Meghan, we need a teaser. We need to see something, anything about your upcoming cooking show. And Carolina Herrera, she must be really angry right now. She might have been already over all that therapy from 2021. Meghan with the dress at that U.S. veterans dinner. She wore that Carolina Herrera dress. Was so traumatic. It was so what the F. And now, well, at least she ditched the cape. I guess that is a good thing. I don't know, that I am no specialist in fashion, but we could say it's an improvement. But some things never change. And thanks to Lone Wolf 9199, what is this? I saw this in my timeline. And sadly, I cannot unsee this anymore. I cannot unsee this. This was too. I'm gonna have nightmares, and I don't want you to sleep either. If I saw this, you have to see it too. Impossible to not be seen. And speaking of Meghan's, entrepreneurial journey, I couldn't help but notice that she was conveniently posting right under the Costco wholesale logo, and I did some research myself. Because one has some kind of skills, or a set of skills that I have developed over a very long career, and I found out that Archwell has come into a partnership with Costco, and the classic all-beef hot dog will be Duchess certified by Meghan, a true connoisseur of sausages. Because there's no greatest expert on hot dogs and sausages, and than Meghan, the Duchess of Sausages. So that's why you saw her right. That was like this teasing. We don't have a teaser of the cooking show, but we have a teaser of her partnership with maybe this sausages would be American Riviera Horchard. Will be sausages grown at the Horchard. Very nice. It would be very nice. We have this also from Lady Penelope Astra. What is different here? Hair has gone native for the first time ever. I thought that was just that she hadn't washed it, and she's all about the black. They're done. This is her new man look. Trust me, Harry's notoriously stingy. The £7 million finally broke them. She wanted it. He said no. She threatened my memoir, and he said bye-bye. All theories, but one can never know. Also from that one, IHT Anders 12. This is this AI? Is this a real thing? We can never know, but that was a question that we can ask, right? Something that we can ask, and conjectures are abound. Linda, I believe it's a ploy to try and get back in favor for the family to think they have separated. What he's always wanted, half in and half out, then she will pounce back. Look at the bigger picture. They are con artists. Well, they are, so everything is on the table. Nothing is off the table. Is that how Oprah said that back then? And rest in doll face. What is the significance? Speaking of that hand on Vajayjay, what is the significance of the Cartier love bracelet? Is it a secret cult thing or status recognition? I ask because it was a thing for people in Hollywood to have, including Larry King. Wally Simpson was gifted one of them by Cartier when their firsts came out. Why does everyone seem to have one? Diddy, Aniston, Wally Simpson. What is the meaning behind that? If you have any ideas, well, feel free to share that in the comments. But meanwhile, my question still stands. Is this something that friends do with each other? Is this a Beverly Hills thing, a Los Angeles thing, a California thing? Because no, in my life I really haven't seen this like in a public setting, at least. And no female friend has done this to me either. That would be odd. But again, I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and remember, much love and bliss.